Will Bitcoin reach $100,000 in this bull market? Let's start off by looking at three main reasons on why I believe Bitcoin will reach $100,000. Let's look at the chart of Bitcoin right now. I've drawn three boxes which represent the three reasons and why the price of Bitcoin will pump up to each box in a certain time period. Starting off with the first point and reason number one, the SEC and institutional investors. As we all know, Gary Gensler, who's the current chairman of SEC, has been targeting only a few cryptocurrencies and exchanges and has called them securities. Now this has created a turmoil and created scrutiny on Gary Gensler by the government authorities and the crypto community. Including the former SEC chairman Jay Clayton believes that Gary Gensler's actions have been a total abuse of power. For this, Twitter has been trending recently with a hashtag called #FireGaryGensler, and the authorities have taken this very seriously and have considered to look into Gary Gensler. Right now, there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. When Gary Gensler is fired, this will create an opportunity for institutional investors to enter into cryptocurrencies, and they will start off by buying Bitcoin. Michael Saylor, who's the current CEO of MicroStrategies, has been buying a lot of Bitcoin for many years, and he recently bought $347 million worth Bitcoin in just 2 months. And MicroStrategies right now hold nearly 152,000 Bitcoin, which are worth nearly $4.6 billion. Many other institutional investors like MicroStrategies will enter the market when there is certainty in the market, and this certainty can be only created if the SEC fires Gary Gensler and the government supports cryptocurrencies. When Gary Gensler is fired, we will reach our first checkpoint, that is a price target of nearly $50,000. And I believe this will happen by the end of 2023, that is by the end of this year. Now, coming to the second box, that is the second checkpoint, BlackRock ETF approval. If you have been keeping up with the news, you would know that BlackRock recently filed a Bitcoin ETF. And usually for a Bitcoin ETF to be approved, it takes around 200 days. From the day we are right now to the second checkpoint, it is nearly 200 days. So when the ETF is approved, this will create a new turmoil in the market and the price of Bitcoin will rise even more. There is another important thing happening in this box, that is the Bitcoin halving. As we all know, Bitcoin halving happens every 4 years. This will be another reason for the pump in the price of Bitcoin. Now, coming to the third and the main reason on why we will reach $100,000 in this 2025 and 26 bull market is the Bitcoin halving itself. That is because every time a Bitcoin halving has happened, it has taken nearly 1.5 years for the Bitcoin price to reach an all-time high. If you look at the previous chart of Bitcoin, you can see that in 2016, when the Bitcoin halving happened, it took nearly 1.5 years for Bitcoin to reach an all-time high. It is the same in the 2021 bull market as well. The Bitcoin halving happened in 2020, and 1.5 years later, we reached an all-time high of $69,000. And this trend will repeat itself. So, right after the Bitcoin halving, that is in July 2024, exactly 1.5 years later, in 2025 December, we might reach an all-time high of nearly $100,000. Here it is, $103,000. We will nearly reach a price target of $100,000 before 2026. So these were the three main reasons why I believe Bitcoin might reach $100,000. Let's recap once. Reason one being Gary Gensler being fired and the institutional investors entering the market. Reason two being the BlackRock ETF being approved in the next 200 days. Reason 3 being the Bitcoin halving that triggers the all-time high 1.5 years after its occurrence. So, due to these three reasons, Bitcoin will reach $100,000 in the 2025 and 26 bull market. So, should you buy Bitcoin? If you buy Bitcoin right now and the price of Bitcoin reaches $100,000, you will get nearly a 3x on your return, which means if you hold on for 2 years, you will experience a 300% pump in your price. If you are planning on safe and risk-free investments in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is probably your only option. If that is your gameplay, buy Bitcoin right now and hold on to it for the next 2 years. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to Crypto Sujan.